Hey, get off my lawn! Oh, hi. Welcome back to this special series of story times called Sideways Stories by the Fireside with your host, Mike. Today, we'll be reading Chapter 4 about Sherry. And here is a picture of Sherry. Sherry had long eyelashes. She weighed only 49 pounds, and she always wore a big red and blue overcoat with a hood. The overcoat weighed 35 pounds. The red part weighed 15 pounds, and the blue part weighed 15 pounds. The hood weighed 5. Her eyelashes weighed 1.5 pounds. She sat next to the window in Mrs. Jewell's class, and she spent a lot of time just staring out the window. Mrs. Jewell didn't mind. Mrs. Jewell said a lot of people learn best when they stare out a window. Well, Sherry often fell asleep in class, and Miss Jewell didn't mind that either. She said a lot of people do their best learning when they're asleep. Sherry spent all of her time either looking out the window or sleeping. Mrs. Jewell thought she was the best student in class. One afternoon, it was very hot and all of the windows were open. Yet, Sherry still wore her red and blue overcoat. The heat made her feel very tired. Mrs. Jewell was teaching arithmetic. Sherry pulled the hood up over her face, buried herself in her coat, and went to sleep. "Miss Jewell," said Kathy, "Sherry is asleep." "That's good," said Mrs. Jewell. "She must be learning something." Mrs. Jewell continued with the lesson. Sherry began to snore. "Miss Jewell, Sherry is snoring," said Kathy. "Yes, I can hear that," said Mrs. Jewell. "She must be learning an awful lot today. I wish the rest of you could be just like her." Sherry began to toss and turn. She flopped over top of her desk and then rolled over the top of Kathy's desk. Then she rolled back the other way. Kathy screamed. Sherry rolled out the window. She was sound asleep. As you know, Mrs. Jewell's class is on the 30th story of the Wayside School, so Sherry had a long way to go. After she had fallen 10 stories, Sherry woke up. She looked down. She was confused. She wasn't in Mrs. Jewell's class, and she wasn't at home in bed. She couldn't figure out where she was. She yawned, pulled her hood back over her eyes, and went back to sleep. By that time, she'd fallen another 10 stories. Wayside School had an exceptionally large playground. Lewis, the yard teacher, was way over on the other side of it when he saw Sherry fall out of the window. He ducked under a volleyball net, hurtled past the kickball field, hopped over the hopscotch court, climbed through the monkey bars, sped across the grass, and caught Sherry just before she hit the ground. The people in Miss Jewell's class cheered. Sherry woke up in Lewis's arms. "Darn it, Lewis," she said. "Why did you go and wake me up for?" "I'm sorry, Sherry," said Lewis. I'm sorry, Sherry repeated. "Is that all you can say? I was having a wonderful dream until you woke me up. You're always bothering me, Lewis. I can't stand it." She laughed and hugged him around the neck. Lewis carried her back up the 30 flights to Mrs. Jewell's room, and that evening when Sherry went to bed, she was unable to fall asleep. She just wasn't tired. And that was Chapter 4 of Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Pizza.